Hello Mechwarriors, and welcome back to Mechwarrior 5. It's been a few weeks since I've actually done a recording for this. Last missions I was doing were the bow and arrow for MARIK, and I got that new hero mech, the AGINCOURT. Last we left off was Baron Sun System, Conflict Zone, and I'm heading off to some new transmissions pretty soon because I'm running out of time. So we're gonna head over to check them out. This is the start of the new transmission. Offered to help Colonel, I think MANSDOTTIR. 3-month warning. So I have 3 months to get this going. I don't have a whole lot of time to do repairs. So I guess 3 difficulty. So, Commander, the Mercenary Review Board requires a 6-month review period for all exclusive contracts that cede operational control to the client. Colonel MANSDOTTIR's offer of the employment will not last forever. MANSDOTTIR is a very strict timetable for this one, so if we take his offer, we are going to be operating on their time schedule based on his mission's needs. The particular contract includes paid travel and lucrative opportunities. Combat bonuses on that does not come around very often, even for the premium units out there. We should give this contract another look over. We're gonna head over to the... not gonna head over to the priority mission just yet. I'm gonna check out my battle mechs. So, this is the hero mech AGINCOURT that I received on the last bow and arrow mission here. Seems like a pretty nice mech. We'll take a quick look at what it is here. So this is a 70 ton, and the armor is 432, the firepower is 134.4, cooling and heating is okay, it's at 1.8, speed is 64 kilometers, and no jumping, and the max range is 900. So, it's got defaulted, it is 4 medium pulse lasers, or actually 2 medium pulse lasers and 2 medium lasers, 2 LRM-10s, 2 SRM-6s, a Streak SRM-2, 2 Streak SRM-2s, so, I mean, and then what we have going on here is that they're all tier 1s, so we can probably replace a few of them. So, do a full 360 of this mech. Those obviously are the SRM-6s on its arms there. SRM-2s at the top here, and SRM-10 or LRM-10s on the shoulders. And those lasers up there, and there's, I think, lasers underneath the arms here. I don't like the paint theme, so right off the back, I think we're getting ready for a jungle mission in pretty soon, so I'm going to just get them all set. Got this one here. Apply all. Select all. Apply. So there he is, all painted in my forest camo. Alright, so I'm gonna take a look at the weapons closer here. Nice thing about hero mechs when you get them is they're usually defaulted to some double heat sinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. And then we've got a Beagle active probe. Not a whole lot of the mechs I use have them so far. This is a top-of-the-line sensor-enhanced suit that augments a mech detection capabilities, extends the sensor range, and allows for detection of units outside the line of sight. Within the probe's enhanced sensor range, reduces the HUD distortion caused by hostile ECMs, compatible with active probe hardpoints. Okay, so we want to get some more heat sinks on this, and so first of all, these medium pulse lasers down here are 2 tons each, and these ones are only 1 ton, So if I can switch these out with some 1-tonners, I have 2 slots for some heat sinks. So for the medium lasers, we have 5, 10, plus 6 plus 6, so that's like 22 damage. And then for the heat of all of them together is about 2.2, 2.2, 2.6, 2.6, so about like 11 3/4 heat. So 11 3/4 heat and 22 damage. But I have some better energy weapons in here, medium pulse lasers. So I want to switch out the 2-tonner lasers especially. Medium pulse lasers is what I'm looking for. Or not, no, regular lasers, medium lasers. Short burst, that's it. So I'm looking for the 2 medium laser short bursts here. Their heat is only 1.3-ish together, so I got these 2 tier 4 lasers, and I have 2 tier 3 short bursts. So I'm going to put the tier 4s in the middle here first. And I'm going to put the tier 3s on the arms. Alright, so obviously we lost about almost -6 damage, but at the same time the heat generation is a lot less too. So 1.2, so that's 2.5-ish plus another 1.6, so it lowered it a good amount. Next up is looking at the missiles here. So, first of all, I've got some pretty high tier SRM2s. I'm getting another ton out of that if I replace these ones. So I'm going to put those in there. Alright, so now we're even increased our damage a little bit. Now I'm down to -3.5, so or increased to -3.5. LRM-10s, unfortunately I don't have anything better to replace for those, so I have to leave those. SRM-6s though. These are 3 tons each, 14.4 damage each, so that's good altogether by itself anyway. Heat is 3.6, max range is 270, so the SRM-6 is 15.8 times 2, that's closer to 32 I guess, with both of these. Well, I got the SRM-6 streaks and the SRM regulars. These build more heat up, so the streaks build more heat up. I would rather want to use these ones, the regular SRM-6s if I can, but I'll have to use 1 streak SRM. So now we're down to 0.62. So I'm pretty much back to where I was with full firepower damage. If I had some better LRM-10s, that probably would have gone over the total damage. But I gotta... Now, another thing is, we took the streak SRMs off, and I have this ammo still in here, and that's another ton. So we'll take that off of there. And then for the LRMs and SRMs that I have loaded on my mech, I have enough ammo, basically 440 times 2 and 320 times 2. So now we're gonna fit the heat sinks on there. Single heat sinks. I'm gonna put them in the legs, I guess. And I can fit 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got our heat generation, our heat management all the way up to 2.2 here, which is quite a bit better. I would be nicer if it was closer to 2.5 or 2.6, but that's still pretty good. I could also, if I wanted to, maybe reduce another ton of armor for that, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with the armor, so we'll just leave it as it is. So that's going to take about 83 days, and that's about the total time it takes for the next transmission mission that I'm heading towards, so we're queuing that now. Okay, so I'm getting ready for the Rise of Rasalhague DLC campaign here. It's Broken Promises to start off. CHRISTIAN MANSDOTTIR. Commander, my name is Colonel CHRISTIAN MANSDOTTIR, CO of the LCAF's 1st Tier Assault Regiment. We are a Special Operations Battle Mech Command sponsored by HOUSE STEINER, primarily staffed with former Tier Resistance expatriates from the Rasalhague military district, and those of the Rasalhague descent live in the Lyran Commonwealth. Since our formation, we serve the LCF with distinction. I am proud to say that during the 4th Succession War, the 1st Tiers were instrumental to the success of Operation Götterdämmerung, the Lyran offensive against the Draconis Combine that reclaimed a number of the lost Lyran worlds and liberated multiple native Rasalhague systems from the House Kurita's clutches. Commander, I'm contracting you because I need your help. And right now, I'm counting on your reliable reputation to help me in the task that must be done. I can't say much in this transmission beyond that I am in need of your services. If you're willing to work for me and see my mission through to completion, I'll do whatever it takes to make these endeavors worth your while. That is all that I can say for this matter at the moment. And I pray that that is enough for you to come to our aid. Please contact me soon with your answer. So I got 84 days remaining for the contract, and that's pretty much amount of time that it takes for all the repairs I need to do. Let's take a look closer at my battle mechs here. So my work orders go from 20 days all the way up to 230 days. The 230 days was our unfortunate stalker from the last mission of the bow and arrow. Bates, it was like an urban combat, and he was stuck between buildings, getting hammered from all sides from the enemies. I think it was Bates that was riding this one. But a lot of heavy damage. It's an 85-ton mech. It has a lot of nice weapons loaded to it, so it looks like I recovered them at least. But I think the whole issue with him was that he was doing so much damage to the enemies at close range that they were so focused on him, and he was taking a hit. So I had to go in and try to rescue him. He got like so close, and I kind of ran in and tried to recover him from the attack, but still got a lot of heavy damage. But since this new system I'm heading to doesn't have much, doesn't have ability to do repairs, I'm not sure how it's going to go with my mechs, so I made sure to take some of my mechs out of cold storage. All I have left in my cold storage is 3 mechs. And I started repairing and refitting all these mechs here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 17 mechs ready, just in case I need to swap out for any missions. Unfortunately, that means I also got storage costs all the way up past 1 million, but we'll see how that goes, I guess. I can't say that's the worst. It could be higher. It could be past 5 million. I mean, 1 million isn't that bad, I guess. But I got my favorite mechs up here, the Cyclops CP10-Q. This one has 2 LRM-10s, 3 medium lasers, and an SRM-4. My all-time favorite Battle Master. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 medium lasers and 1, 2 medium pulse lasers, 2 machine guns, an SRM-6, and a large laser. well-rounded mech, does pretty good. And the heat management for this one is awesome too. This is all the way up to 2.6. I think that's my best heat management mech right there. This is the Black Knight BL7. This one has the 2 new PPCX from the Solaris Showdown, and I've been enjoying using that from the last missions. And then I have 4 medium pulse or medium lasers and a small laser, so it's pretty well fit with energy weapons. It could be more of a heat issue, I guess, but its heat management is pretty good too, 2.5. So, and then AGINCOURT, and by the way, this is the name of the previous mech that I received, the hero mech AGINCOURT, but I don't know if we're gonna keep it that name anymore, since it's not under that house anymore. But this is the Archer, and I have it all ready to go. It's time to depart for the mission. Here we go. CHRISTIAN MANSDOTTIR, Commander, you are a godsend. Thank you for signing on to help us out. To put it bluntly, tensions are high and about to reach breaking point. During the 4th Succession War, the first tier liberated systems in the name of the Lyran Commonwealth under the promise that the Rasalhague natives of those systems would be allowed to take the more active role in administration of the communities rather than live as the oppressed ethnic majority as we were under House Securita's rule. Although the initial years of rebuilding under the rule of the Lyran Commonwealth started promising, it has since deteriorated as more of the attention is placed on the upcoming FedCom's merger. After a war, the Archon rolled the liberated Rasalhague worlds into a Tamar Pact, one of the 3 nations that form the Lyran Commonwealth and the nation that has historic ties to many of the liberated systems. Unfortunately, those ties are currently causing a great deal of anguish. Duke Kelswa has agreed to honor the inherited noble titles, land grants, and property deeds held by the families with ties to the liberated systems prior to the Curitan conquest. Escalating tensions between the nobles returning to lay claim to what they see as their property and the Rasalhague inhabitants that held the ownership of the same property for centuries under Curitan rule. This has caused everything from civil disobedience against Lyran nobles coming to press their inherited titles to force displacements of Rasalhague natives. In the Kirchband system, things are getting particularly bad, which is why I need your help. After you've made all the preparations, go to the system's jump point, and I've taken the liberty of pre-booking your jump ship passage to Kirchband. I'll explain more once you're in system. So the departure from Berenson, duration is 115 days. Plenty of time for all my repairs. Except that Stalker. The Stalker's still gonna need repairs by that time. But I'll have plenty of my mechs ready for combat by then. Alright, so here we are at Kirchband. Let's see how it goes with my battle mechs. See, 118 days on my Stalker, but everything else is ready to go. I'm gonna put this one down over here, shift these over a little bit, so more likely I might use this crab. So these are my most likely mechs to use, the ones up here, and then these 4, and then these 3. And I guess the rest of these are just optional, so I'm mainly focused on these top 3 rows here of mechs for my missions. Definitely gonna get that crab 27B in there for something. So the missions, let's see. False Promises mission. Kirchband Mannsdottir. It is great to meet you, Commander. Thank you for coming. Over 200 years ago, during the early succession wars, Kirchband was conquered by the Draconis Combine. Many who feared the Combine's brutal reputation relocated deeper into the Lyran Commonwealth, abandoning homes, properties, and noble titles as they fled. Once conquered, the Draconis Combine forced the migration of millions of Rasalhague families to Kirchband, leveraging them as cheap labor to clean up the devastation House Curita left in their wake. Now that Kirchband returned to the Tamar Pact, those with ancestral claims to properties that still exist within the system have returned to claim what they feel is rightfully theirs, with Duke Kelswa's blessing. This brings them to a direct conflict with the Rasalhague families that have owned the same lands for generations under Curitan rule. This mess was already foobar to begin with, but now Duke Kelswa has thrown Inferno Gel on the entire situation by enlisting the services of a mercenary group known as Götterdämmerung Society, former LCF thug and veterans of the Operation Götterdämmerung, and went mercenary to relive the glory days of recent Fourth Succession Wars, and they do so by enforcing evictions, openly intimidating and, in some cases, physically assaulting the Rasalhague natives in system. All the while in plain view of me and my first tier, who all have direct ties to the Rasalhague community. My unit and I agree that we can no longer stand on the sideline and let this happen, but our hands are tied due to the allegiance to the Lyran Commonwealth. We cannot openly move against mercenary hired by our liege lord without risking a firing squad, which is why I need your help. I want you to cripple the Götterdämmerung Society so that they can no longer oppress the citizens of Kirchband. I've recently come to a possession of the IFF transponder codes for the local pirate group by the name of Blakenberg Beaters. I want you to mask your unit with their IFF frequency and cripple the Götterdämmerung in what will outwardly appear to be a pirate attack from known in-system hostiles. My second in command, Tor Miraborg, and I will monitor your progress live on comms and direct you as needed. Good hunting, Commander. Alright, so here's the first mission. We're the independent employer, 83 reputation against House Steiner, 7 reputation. Max tonnage is 260 tons. At this point, I think I should have had a little more Steiner reputation, but it didn't do much with them. So mission type is campaign, battle area 0.5 kilometers square, duration is 1 day, biome is a jungle swamp, visibility is excellent. The Götterdämmerung Society pride themselves as primarily a mobile armor and artillery unit, but do run a number of mechs as support. Taking their mechs assets out should give them enough of a black eye that they can't further harass Kirchband's Rasalhague citizenry. Alright, so to start off, let's see here. I feel like I'm gonna want some extra damage I don't know how Salvages is gonna be. Maybe get up to 12 at least. C-bills a little over 2 million, 2,500,000. I think that should do it. Confirm. So deciding what mechs I want to use here. Let's see. Okay, so I'm about ready to start the False Promises mission here. Take down the Götterdämmerung Society. So first of all, these are the mechs that I'm going to be taking with me. We've got the Wolverine over here. Battlemaster. And my new Archer, which I'm going to be piloting. Which was the AGINCOURT previously. And then the Crab CRB 27B. So I got them all ready in the mech bay here. I got the pilots that I want for each one set up. Gotta make sure the skills match each mech. Since this one's a mostly laser energy weapon one, I'd like Bates to pilot it. He still can max it up to 10. The Wolverine has a mix of ballistics, missiles, and lasers, so she's well-rounded in those skills. I mean, she only got 6 for missiles and ballistics, but her laser's pretty good. And pretty much the same with Freeman, which is also a pretty good Mechwarrior pilot. And this is a mech that also has mostly energy weapons, so he's got 8 in energy weapons. But we're ready to go.
My unit fought and died in the Fourth Succession War to liberate the Rasalhague people from the abuse they suffered at the hands of House Kurita. But Duke Kelsoi's hired goons, the Götterdämmerung Society, have come in and treated the Rasalhague natives of Kirchband like indentured servants. I can no longer turn a blind eye to the Tamar Pact's treatment of my people, but I cannot move against the Society or Duke Kelsoi openly. I need you to take the Götterdämmerung Society off the board, or the natives of Kirchband will continue to suffer. Make a show of it as much as possible. I need this to look like a random pirate raid to avoid suspicion. Thor and I will be monitoring this operation remotely. Good luck, Commander.
We have incoming battle mechs. Transponders identify them as the Blankenberg beaters. Alert kills while they were being assaulted by pirate forces.
IFF codes appeared to be doing their job.
A bit of good news for once. I'll take it.
Moving into formation, Commander.
New target, Commando.
Alright, here we go.
Target acquired.
Wilco, focusing fire.
Target acquired.
Tango eliminated.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Commander, nice kill. That's even going critical.
Alright, so doing pretty good so far.
Critical. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Alright, so we cleared them out pretty quickly. So I gotta remember to pronounce it Rasalhague from now on. Rasalhague. Rasalhague. That's what it is. Rasalhague. Not Rasalhague, Rasalhague. Rasalhague. Anyway, back to the mission.
Moving to your 6, Commander.
It's a little too quiet right now. What's going on? Remember, we gotta disable mechs and not destroy them on some of them. So be careful, nodes, mates.
New target, Locust.
Society, Blankenberg beaters. The people of Kirchband will no longer stand by as you oppress our people. Shut down and submit to the tier, or be destroyed.
Magnussen. You know him? Yeah, his name is Hakan Magnussen, an old friend from the tier resistance of Rasalhague. Looks like he's become a bigger player in the movement since I last saw him.
Damn it. This complicates things. Commander, our main objective is still to destroy the Damarong Society. Try to avoid contact with the tier at all costs. I'll authorize a generous performance bonus if you manage to avoid excessive damage to the tier forces. They might not know it now, but they're our allies in all of this. They will be marked as a third force on your HUD.
Whoops.
Avoid contact if you can, but also don't let the Damarong Society overwhelm them. If they force your hand, try to disable their mechs without destroying them.
Alright.
I'm reading half of the primary targets destroyed. Keep this momentum going.
We gotta
Got
be...
the Damarong forces taking critical damage. You're almost there, Commander.
Hold fire.
Disengage.
New target, Centurion. Target acquired.
Target received. Engaging.
Except for that one.
I'm reading no more Damarong targets in the combat zone.
Good work. Head to the exfil site at the marked nav point. Thor, do you have a way of contacting this Magnussen?
If my dear communication codes are still valid after all these years, I should be able to. Why?
It's gonna be a little hairy.
I don't want another debacle like this to happen again. Make contact. Maybe there is some way we can help each other out here.
Okay, but I need to warn you, Christian. Ekon is highly ambitious and self-serving. Be cautious around him. He'll likely sell you out if he feels it suits his personal needs.
I'll keep that in mind. Make the call. We'll see what he has to say first.
That was like a warning shot. We're not supposed to destroy them, but they shouldn't be attacking us. Let's get out of here. Don't fire at them.
We've got you, Commander. Prepare for extraction.
Okay, mission successful. Seemed to go pretty smoothly. So that was my first time using AGINCOURT. Did some pretty good damage. So, I'm halfway to venerable reputation here. 3,100,000 C-bills, 520 reputation. Salvage. What did I miss out on? A blackjack and a wolverine salvage. Or a wolfhound salvage, rather. So, we're gonna get one of these commandos, I guess. And some extra salvage. One of those, one of those. One of those, and one of those. Oh, so that's 1,700,000 C-bill. Continue. Everybody's healthy. I'm gonna need some repairs on these mechs, but we'll see what ones I swap out for my next mission, I guess. Here we go.